Simplify the expression below. Assuming x is positive, which of the following is equivalent to the expression? So I immediately see an x squared. So I'm going to pull that out into its own radical. So I've got, let's just put this under one big one for now. 14 is 7 times 2, and then I've got an x squared. And 70 I can write as 7 times 10. I know this seems weird why I'm doing that. Um, but what popped out at me is I said, okay, 14 is not a perfect square and 70 is not a perfect square. I could multiply them together, but that's going to make a big number, and figuring out what perfect square divides into it is can be hard. Okay. So, but what jumped out at me next is 7 goes into 14 and 7 goes into 70. So I have a 7 squared in here. So that's really helpful. I've got a 7 squared. Um, so let's put those together. The 7 and the 7 can go together and make a 49, which is a perfect square number. So I've got a 49. I've still got a 2 and a 10, so I'm going to make that a 20. I've got an x squared and I've got an x. Okay. Um, does 20 have any perfect square factors? It does. 4 goes into 20. So let's break out a 4 from that. So this is the square root of 49 times 4 times 5 times x squared times x. And then I'm going to take the square root of the parts that are easy. That's easy to square root, that's easy to square root, that's easy to square root. Okay, so I can take the square root of these three factors. The 5x is going to have to stay under the radical. So this is going to be 7 when I square root times 2 times x. And then what's left under the radical, because I couldn't square root it, is a 5x. So this is 14x root 5x.
Which is option B.